Hi, welcome to Into Health. Today I'm going to show you some exercises to help strengthening your knees. The knee joint is quite a simple joint compared to, for example, the shoulder or the hip. You've got two bones that are meeting like this, and then you've got a bone at the top that is basically trying to prevent it from folding the other way around, okay? So, well, three bones, but basically the joint is two. So what you want to do is, when you're doing exercises for the knees, you want to increase the mobility, but you also want to strengthen the muscles in the thigh that are keeping that knee joint stable, okay? So all the strengthening exercises of the knees are designed for doing that. So you will do exercises that basically strengthen this side, strengthen the top of the leg, and also things that increase the mobility of the knee, okay? Whenever you do these exercises, of course, if you're doing some exercises for the knees, you will experience some pain, but you never want to experience sharp pain or too much pain. So you're always guided by that, okay? And we start from the chair, and you need to get a chair, and you need to basically place the left leg behind the right, okay? And then by sitting up straight, you start pushing that left leg underneath the chair, and you're trying to keep both hips on the floor. You go as far as you can go, you hold it for 6 seconds, and then you bring in the legs back forward, okay? Then you do it the opposite side. So you're placing the right leg behind the left, and with the left leg, so the movement comes from the left, you're pushing that leg down underneath the chair. Make sure the hips are still on the chair, and then you're bringing them back to the front. Now you're gonna do the strengthening of the quads by extending the knee. So you're sitting on the chair and you straighten the leg, hold it for 6 seconds, and then you release it. You're gonna do the right leg. So you're straightening the right leg, hold it for 6 seconds, point the toes up towards the ceiling, and release it. If you're finding that 6 seconds is too much, start with 3 seconds, and then when you can hold it for 3 seconds, start 4 seconds. You do this holding it for 6 again. You want to go up to 6 times, but you can start with 2 times, and then you go up gradually until you can sort of feel that the strength is getting back on the knees, okay? I'm gonna put the chair away. I'm gonna show you the ones lying down, and then I'm gonna take the chair for the last exercise, okay? Okay, the next one is the heel slide. So you're lying down onto the mat. If you haven't got a mat, you can easily do this on the floor, or by a carpet, or on your bed, okay? So you're lying down onto the floor. One leg is straight, the other one is bent. And then from here, press the hands down onto the floor. Make sure that you're touching as much as your lower back as you can onto the floor, chin to chest. And then you're sliding the heel down on the mat, so you're trying to straighten the leg, okay? And then you're coming back up. So you're sliding the heel back up so that the foot comes back onto the mat. Again, you do this 6 times if you can, and then you swap legs. If you find that this is difficult, start with 2, and then you're working up to 6, okay? Now swap legs. So the right leg is straight, the left foot is on the mat, and then you're sliding the heel down. So you're lifting the foot off the floor, the heel is in touch with the mat, and you're sliding the heel down onto the floor. Once it's on the floor, you're sliding the heel back towards the body so that the foot comes back onto the floor. 6 times, working yourself gradually up, and then you leave it there. Okay, now we're gonna do the strengthening of the quads. So the legs are bent, you're working, so the right leg is bent, you're working on the left leg, okay? So you're pressing the knee down onto the floor. So what you're trying to do is to stop stop, basically create no space between the knee and the floor, okay? So you're pushing that knee down. Push the knee down, point the toes up towards the ceiling, squeeze for 6 seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release. You're gonna do it 6 times. We can do it on the left side, so on the right side. So you're extending the right leg, point the toes up, chin to chest, press the knee down, and point the toes up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. Okay. This time, this is the other exercise. It's called straight leg stretch, straight leg raise. The right leg is bent, you're working on the left leg, hands down onto the mat, you're pressing the lower back down onto the floor, and then on the next inhale, you lift that leg off the floor at least 30 centimeters, not further than that, and you're counting to 6 if you can, and then you're bringing it back down. And again, you want to do it at least 6 times. When you're doing this, you need to make sure that the lower back is on the floor. So you're not here, you're pressing the lower back onto the floor, and then you're lifting the leg up. So you don't do this, you're pressing the lower back, and you're lifting the leg, okay? And then release it. We're gonna do it on the opposite side. So we're bending the left knee, extending the right leg. Make sure that the lower back is in contact with the mat. Lift the leg off. Count to 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and release it. Again, 6 of these for each leg. If you cannot hold it for 6 seconds, then work yourself up to it, okay? Now we're turning onto the sides. As we're turning onto the sides, make sure that the lower leg is bent and you're resting onto the floor. You can use a pillow onto the head, you can support the head, whatever works better for you. And then you're extending the right leg, so the top leg is extended, and you're lifting the leg off the floor, pointing the toes up towards the front. And you're counting to 6, and then you're holding it down. So this is using the hip adductor, so you're using the muscles on the sides to sort of activate those. Lift the leg up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and relax. Okay, so now we're working on the bottom leg. So you're turning the top leg to the side, and you're straightening the bottom leg, okay? You're lifting that leg off the floor. First, point the toes towards the 10 o'clock. So imagine there's a clock at the end of the mat. You're pointing the toes towards the 10 o'clock. Lift the leg off the floor, pointing the toes towards the 10 o'clock. Count to 6, and then you're turning, and now you're pointing the toes to 2 o'clock, or as much as you can get to 2 o'clock. Lift the leg up. And then bring it down. And then you do it on the other side, okay? The last one is you're trying to strengthen the leg, the inside of the legs, okay? So you're getting the chair. You're lying onto the floor. You're placing the top foot onto the floor, onto the chair, and the bottom foot is free, is underneath the chair. And then what you're trying to do, you're trying to bring the feet to meet, and then release it. Bring the feet to meet, hold it to 6, and release it. You can also push the chair a little bit low. You're putting the foot onto the chair. Place the foot on the chair. The other leg is underneath the chair. And then you're lifting that leg. So you're trying to meet the feet together. Count to 6 and down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release it. Again, you're doing this 6 times, okay? If you've got any questions, please do comment in the box below, and I'll be very happy to comment. And if you like this video, please do subscribe for more videos about exercises for injuries, and see you on the next video.